drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. You know you like that. 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 You know you like that.
Hello, everyone, and hello, everyone. Welcome to a wonderful day of Western Ultimate League. Today, we are watching the Seattle Tempest battle against San Diego Super Bloom in San Diego. We are live here at Mission Bay High School, waiting for our first poll to kick off around 6:05 p.m. I'm Neha Vangenker, your play-by-play commentator.
And I'm Sydney Haranik. I will be helping out Neha here and hopefully giving you some wonderful feedback about our two great teams that we have on field today.
Yes, so we are really excited because this is an extremely exciting matchup between two undefeated teams. And Sydney, what are you looking most forward to on this matchup?
You know, Neha, I think something that is quite exciting about this game is, A, both teams are undefeated, so the competition, the level is going to be high. We know that for sure. But something interesting about San Diego here is some of their top players are not at this game, called away for a wedding this weekend. You know, you take one person in the San Diego community, have them get married, and then where's our team? But because of that reason, we've pulled up some players, and I think it'll give a little bit more opportunity for some new stars to shine. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out for them and then how Seattle matches up with that.
Yeah, and we are looking at a very meaningful game because the results of this game will determine who gets that second spot for championship weekend.
Right, Neha.
We just learned earlier that Colorado was able to clinch their spot after a win against Utah this afternoon. So Colorado must be feeling really good about that, and we will see who that second spot goes to at the end of tonight.
And it's 4 teams for championship weekend, is that right?
That's exactly right, and we'll be seeing them face off in Oakland, California later at the end of the season.
Oh, is that where it's at this year?
Yeah, they did announce it. It's really exciting. Yeah, a lot of good momentum here with the WUL. They also announced this week that they are planning to have a PUL and WUL All-Star game at the UFA Championship weekend as well.
Very exciting.
So I think there's a lot of good energy going on in the WUL this week. Players really excited, and I think this weekend has a lot of consequences for how our championship weekend looks.
I definitely agree. I think both teams have had slightly similar play strategies in the past. We've seen a lot of hucks from both sides because both teams carry very strong handlers. They've played a lot with each other in past. We have a huge UCSD contingent on the San Diego Super Bloom, and then looking at the Seattle side, we have a lot of these players that play together in club. Riot, BFG, just some of the teams to be named. And so a lot of good chemistry. And I think it'll be a great matchup.
Yeah. Who are the players to watch this go-around, Sydney?
Let's see, Neha. Okay, looking for the San Diego Super Bloom, we have number 20, Kelly Iwamoto. You know, if you've watched San Diego Super Bloom ever, you've seen Kelly play. She's one of the center handlers and centerpieces of this Super Bloom team. Just so consistent, so clean, just knows what to do with the disc, and always very calm and composed. So keep an eye out for her. We're looking at number 30, Meredith Bile, an absolute dog on both sides of the discs and on the sideline. I've heard so many players say that she is the ultimate teammate, just always hyping one another up. We have number 96, Julia Peden. So Julia's calm and consistent. Played Flipside this year, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So also has a lot of chemistry with these players on Super Bloom. And then we are looking at number 19, Amanda Rutland. So another Super Bloom staple. Amanda has captained in the past few years, but is just a huge part of the culture. Really intense cutter, just quick on the unders, but also a deep threat. So we'll keep an eye out for her.
So we'll see. We're seeing on the screen here the flip just happened. Looks like Seattle did win the toss. Looks like Seattle will be receiving on. San Diego will be receiving on the billboard side of the field. So we will be ready for the first pull in about a minute and 30 seconds. Back to you, Cindy, on the Tempest players to watch out for.
Yeah, perfect. So taking a look at the Tempest players, we have Lonnie Wynn, an anchor on the O-line, and, as steady as they come in the handler role. So a veteran presence as well. That's always there for the reset and ready to make the smooth downfield throws to her open receivers. So hoping to see some high ballers there. We have number 9, Emily Decker. Lockdown defender, ready to take on the toughest matchups. And so, again, looking at a lot of really high caliber athletes on both sides of the field today. So excited to see those matchups. And number 18, Nada Tremonte. So returning to Tempest as a midseason addition and commuting from Eastern Washington. So we'll see some good plays out there from both sides.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Nada Tremonte come out and play. She, I know, played back on the East Coast when I lived in DC and was a big member of the Scandal club scene back in the day. So haven't heard her name too much and excited to see what she does today on the field. All right, so we see San Diego Super Bloom coming out to the line here. We've got some familiar faces: Teresa Zettner, Yu Ishii, Danica Hallen, Anna Savinsky, Caitlin Weaver, and Alexis Stomba. As you were saying, we're missing quite a lot of notable players. Kayla Helton and
Kristen
Pajunas out. A lot of college players also gone for regionals as well. So missing a good amount of folks there. So we'll see how San Diego adjusts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see kind of where if they bring anyone back to the handler space. I'm curious what they see with what they do with number 99, Alexis Stambaugh, if she'll cut or if she'll continue to be a handler. And then it looks like we
see the pull from Avery Jones, and we're off on our game. So the wind pushed the pull way back. We're at about the 25-yard line. 35-yard line. Pick up from number 22, Alexa Kirkland. Looking swing for number 3, Lonnie Wynn, who finds Anna Cushy. Anna Cushy finds Wynn again. Back to Cheryl Sue. A cheeky pass to Tremonti. Wynn with the disc in the middle of the field. Kirkland with the disc now. Back to Wynn. Wynn, not too many options. Oh, and an unfortunate turnover there. San Diego with the chance for a break here. Yuishi picks up to Avery Jones. Avery Jones looking, shoots, looking for Weaver. Oh my goodness. Great focus there from Weaver. Unfortunate for Cushy, who was able to track that down in deep, but not able to get it on that second attempt. Great focus there from Weaver.
And I think we'll see that a lot throughout this game, Neha, is I think both Seattle and San Diego are going to try to be methodical with the disc. It is windy, and they're still kind of calibrating, but we'll see a lot of that east-west movement, and maybe not so much of the north-south, but Avery Jones with the punt to Caitlin Weaver, and that's the first San Diego score.
Yeah, a break right out of the gate. That's pretty exciting. I mean, I think there's a good amount of nerves that happen the first couple of minutes of each game, and I remember feeling that when I used to play back a few seasons ago. We'll see how Seattle reacts, though. I think they do work well under pressure and don't really get discouraged by turns. We'll see a big pull here from Dina Ali Malik, this time going much further down the field. Win with the disc. San Diego coming down. Kirkland finds Sue. Oh my goodness. Pressure D there from Meredith Bile. Ellis with the disc to Iwamoto. Working the handler space there. Finding Diaz. Diaz finding Ava Hanna. Patient in their end zone set. Finds Diaz. Diaz to Ellis. Ellis finds Iwamoto. Diaz with some yards. And able to find Juan right on the end zone line. Juan looking for Diaz. That's a San Diego score. Another break from San Diego.
Wow, and just very, very patient with the disc. You can tell a lot of these players have played with one another before. Their communication is so key, and you just do the boom, 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 back and forth up the field, and that's how you get the disc in the end zone.
I mean, these are players who have just played together for many, many years. Alex Diaz, one of those players who has a UCSD alum, playing with Ellis and Iwamoto for many years and called up for this game after injury last year. So excited to see her make an impact this game, and we're already seeing that for sure.
Yeah, and especially because we know Alex Diaz to be a real threat in the deep space, but seeing her just be able to knock it back and forth and move it up just as if handler, it's great to see.
All right, another pull here from Avery Jones. This time at about Sue with the disc. Finding Tremonti. Back to Sue. No mark there on Sue. Sue finds Tremonti again. Baroma finds Lee. Lee finds Sue again. Finding these very tight windows here. Tempest is showing a lot of focus. Back to Sue. Sue really working as the distributor here. Lee with the disc, looking for options. Win with the disc. In the middle of the field. Oh no, and an unfortunate turn there. Oh man, they were really working it up the field. I thought we were going to see a nice score there from Seattle.
Yeah, good movement from the handlers on their end.
Jones with the pickup. Finds Peden. Peden in the middle of the field, dumping to Gianna Abrams. Jones with the big break there. Peden shooting deep. Oh, and a great block. Good focus there from Jesse Crowley. Crowley picking up.
Nice and easy.
Finding Baroma. Baroma finds Sue. Sue shoots it deep. Erickson's going. Can she get it? Oh, my goodness. What a block there. A massive, massive block by Kaya Phillips. What remarkable focus there from Kaya Phillips to track that down.
A rookie on Super Bloom this year, Kaya. So
Yes. I mean, if I'm Sue, I'm definitely hitting that shot 9 out of 10 times. I mean, Jamie Erickson is a great receiver.
that's right.
Downfield. Peden with the disc. San Diego with another break chance here. Finds Avery Jones. Avery Jones looking. Up the open side. Oh, no. We were unable to connect with Abrams there. Sue with the disc. Going again. Let's see if it's going to be completed this time. Oh, my goodness. Unfortunate turn there. Looks like a foul called. Erickson calling foul on Weaver there.
Looks like they're talking it out, but yep, you see Cheryl Sue with the disc, and you hope that it's going to be a shot down the field. Great put to Jamie Erickson, but just floated a bit too long, and looks like she came down with it, but maybe it hit the ground. It's kind of an interesting play.
Yeah, it was hard to see from this angle, but it looks like they've gone to the observer. And okay, looks like the call was actually retracted. So disc is live now. Abrams with the pickup. With another break chance for San Diego Superboom. Jones in the middle of the field. Looking for options. Hard defense there. Oh, and a huge bid by Mika Leslie. Able to save that one. Oh, no, and another turn from San Diego. Wayne with the pickup. Oh, and a foul called.
Yeah.
Uncontested foul there from Kai Phillips. Sue with the disc in the middle of the field. Looks like there's a pick called. So as a reminder, pick is causes a stoppage, and players are allowed to maintain the distance they were at the time of the pick. Good focus there by Seattle to keep it in. Baroma with the disc. Oh, and a cheeky little high release floater for Sue there. Sue really running the offense here. I mean, we know that she is really one of the stalwarts on Seattle Tempest, and she is showing her skill set here.
Truly, both Sue and Baroma veteran players at this point, and I mean, they do play well together. Just that connection, that high release flick into the end zone. I mean, what a skill.
Get that replay of this huge D by Kai Phillips. Massive, massive
Great
opportunity.
Positioning defensively. That's right.
So now we've got San Diego 2, Seattle 1.
Which, an interesting score, and we saw a few weeks ago. Oh.
Jazerski with the pull.
Yep.
And Yu Ishii on Superbloom with the pickup, finding Avery Jones in the middle of the field. Seattle Tempest in their zone. Ooh, and a very good focus catch from Danica Hallen. San Diego trying to get creative here to get around this zone. Zetner with the disc. Looking for options. Yu Ishii popping in. Ishii finding Stamba. Back to Ishii. Back to Jones. Ishii in the middle of the field. Great work by Seattle's zone here to really contain the handlers. Not much movement upfield for San Diego here. Not really able to break that cup.
It looks like we're just dealing with a normal 3-person cup in the front. A little squirrely.
Whee.
What a save.
Good save by Lexa Stampoff there. Handler's really trying to push the cup, but looks like Seattle's out of it now. Ellie Malik with the disc. Seattle back to person. Looking for options. Ishii able to come down with it, but it's trapped on the end zone. Oh, and a great run by Avery Jones up the line to punch it in.
Just very, very clean ultimate. And yes, now San Diego's at 3 and Seattle's at 1. And I was going to say a few weeks ago, you know, we saw Seattle play the Bay Area and we're down about, 6-3, and then they came back. So we'll see what Seattle can do with the score at this point. Great movement by San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely don't want to count Seattle out, especially this early on, because they have consistently been able to come. We've seen them come back from deficits in the past, even in this season. So there will be. San Diego needs to make sure that they maintain the focus, because Seattle is no stranger to coming back from behind.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to see another pull here from Dina Alimelek. Seattle O-line out here ready to punch another one in.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Wynn will keep pushing it back.
Yeah. A lot of hang time there, but it did land out. There is a bit of a crosswind here on the field. and a little bit of the north wind's going a little bit north as well. That's why you're seeing the shape of these poles going a little bit backwards. Win with the disc. Back to Sue. Sue looking. Oh, man.
It's a great bid by Kat Chung.
Chung unable to reel that one in. San Diego with another break opportunity here. You've got Iwamoto picking up. Tremonti with on the mark. Finding one. Back to Iwamoto. Iwamoto looking for options. Attacking the break side. Alex Diaz, just an unfortunate drop there. Now back to the Seattle handlers. Soon Win working their magic. Finding Lee. Garrity with the disc now. Looking for the dump. Finds Kirkland. Back to Sue. Sue looking. Finds Lee. Back to Sue. Sue's every other at this point. Kirkland with the disc. Finds Win. Win looking for options upfield. Hits the break side. Got Tremonti. Tremonti looking for the dump. Hits a high release. Let's see what happens. Oh, Bile with a massive D there.
That's Meredith Bile with the D.
I think the intended target there was Sue, but maybe got a little turned around on the direction of that disc.
That's right.
Ellis with the pickup. Finds Iwamoto. Hitting upfield, hits Ellis. Ellis looking for Iwamoto with a power position. Shooting for Meredith Bile, who's tracking it down. Great catch by Meredith Bile. San Diego's off to the races. Diaz with the disc, finding Ellis, who finds Diaz again. I think that's Diaz's second score of the game, making really an impact right away. But great work by San Diego. That's another break.
Truly, and an incredible put by Kelly Iwamoto.
Just that unfortunate slip away there for Seattle.
But we've seen it a few times where those discs are just slightly out of reach. It's just that slight bit of wind. It's getting hard to calibrate, but I think once both those teams can come down with it and see how this wind is moving the disc, then we'll be off to the races. And
yes, then see that huge D by Meredith Bile.
And then this easy movement between Diaz and Rebecca Ellis. Yep, nice and easy. Just puts it right in that end zone, which we haven't been scored in a bit. So it's nice to switch it up.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Iwamoto with the pull. Got Seattle's O-line still out here. Sue with the disc. Looking upfield, San Diego with the sag defense here. Big gainer there. Crowley finding Hasbrook. Erickson with the disc. Finds Baroma. Baroma to Sue. Oh, and a massive save there. Ooh, injury called.
Yeah, it looks like she came down on maybe her shoulder.
Ooh, that looks painful. We got Hasbrook maybe.
Yeah, Cheryl over rushing, checking on teammates. Hopefully everything will be okay down on the field. Just want to take some time to shout out our observers. So Keith Temple, Jack Sarles, and Logan Manlove. We're so lucky to have some locals out here observing our games. That's 13.
Jesse Crowley.
Taken off the field.
Wani Win coming in with the disc. Finding Sue. Sue finding Baroma on the... Oh, stall called. Back on Win.
Checking in with the observers, as the observers do keep the stall count now in the WUL.
So stall was overruled by the observer, which means that the next pass gets to be kept. So the pass to Sue. Oh, and a massive, massive grab there by Julia Hasbrook. A beautiful floater, high release flick by Sue there.
Yeah, just really tracked it down in the end zone.
Yep. Let's catch that again. Brahma with a nice break side attack. Oh, yep.
Yeah, you just come down on that arm and just even the most slightly weird way, and that's it.
Yeah.
What a great grab by number 33.
Another thing to note is that, you know, in the WUL, most of our games are played on turf, and turf is hard. I mean, it can be advantageous for a lot of things. Good, you know, you're not running into divots and things like that, but it does make these slides and these, you know, tough grabs a little more painful for the players, and I think sometimes that can take a toll on the body.
That's true. I mean, it's really just plastic on top of concrete, so.
Exactly.
But is it worth it for the rolled ankles? You know, pros and cons to both.
Jizerski with a massive, massive pull, almost in San Diego's end zone. Avery Jones finds Uishi. Seattle coming down in person defense. Weaver in the middle of the field. Big gainer. Finds Zetner. Zetner looking for break side. Oh, and Savinsky unable to reel that one in.
It's the second time we've seen that disc turn over like that on this side of the field.
Yeah. Jizerski with the disc. Looking for the team to go deep. Elmy with the disc in the middle of the field now. This is Seattle's first break chance of the game. Oh, and an unfortunate turn. Miscue there by the cutter. Avery Jones picking up the disc. Tight defense from Seattle there. Oh, and a massive block.
Wow, aiming for Caitlin Weaver there.
Yes, huge block there by number 61, Penny Wynn. Elmy with the pickup. Looking up line, finds Sadie Jizerski, who shoots it deep. Oh, and unable to connect with number 9, Emily Decker.
A player to watch, so we'll keep our eye on Emily Decker on the field right now. Marking up on number 18, Caitlin Weaver.
Timeout called by San Diego here. Maybe there's some strategy going on for the O-line. Switching out a couple players.
Yeah, and what have your thoughts been on kind of the line calling for this game, Neha? I feel like I've seen, Cheryl Sue almost every other point, which in the past Seattle has done more even playing lines, but maybe are deciding to switch it up this year?
Yeah, I think they've, with the number of break chances, the breaks that San Diego has had on Seattle, they've been kind of forced to put out their own line a little bit more than maybe they're probably used to. I would expect to see, like, once Seattle gets a little bit more of the rhythm and, you know, this starts to become a more of the back and forth that it kind of is getting to right now, I think we'll start to see a lot more action from their D-line, and, you know, some of those players to watch will really start to be able to shine, like you were mentioning, Julia Decker, for example. So I'm excited to see Seattle's D-line, who is, in general, extremely ferocious, throws some really good zone lines and plays really intense person defense, to see, you know, how they push forward and maybe generate some more break opportunities.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the turns have been pretty early on, and so Seattle hasn't gotten a chance to really fall into that rhythm, but they do move the disc quick. They know each other really well, so I'm excited to let's see where this opportunity goes.
Yes. A good amount of changes. We see Jamie Erickson on the disc here, trapping Rebecca Ellis. Iwamoto now in their end zone. Ooh, and a quick give and go there by Jones and Ellis. San Diego looking a little bit hectic right now. Seattle really putting the pressure on with that cup. Ellis finds Iwamoto. Oh, and an unfortunate drop there.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter, folks.
All right, we'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, and we are back, about ready to start the second quarter of the game. We're going to have Seattle pulling to San Diego, and San Diego receiving on their home side.
Yep, and we have 4 San Diego, 2 Seattle at the end of the first quarter. So coming in on the second quarter, 12 minutes on the clock, and that'll take us into half.
What have your impressions been of that first quarter, Sydney?
I think, we've seen sort of a slow start from Seattle. I think they've just been unlucky with some of these turns. I think the wind's a little weird. And so I think, coming in the second quarter, we'll see if they can come out.
Big pull from Jamie Erickson. Rebecca Ellis in the middle of the field, finding Dina Elimelech. Elimelech unable to connect upfield. Finds Iwamoto, back to Elimelech, who shoots massive pull to Alex Diaz, able to come down with it. Cheeky find to Meredith Bile.
Wow. Alex Diaz really has just not lost a step.
I mean, wow, what a game she's having. This is her first game of the entire season, and she's really just showing out, making it count.
And it's truly a testament to just having, you play Ultimate long enough, you really have that knowledge, you really have that skill set, and you never lose it. You can be out for an injury, but just to be a smart player like Alex Diaz, it's so beneficial and impactful for Super Bloom.
Yeah, I mean, good coverage there by Seattle, too, with Paige really being right on the back of Alex Diaz, but
True.
Diaz able to come down with the focus and convert.
Yeah. And when you're down win like that, it looks like San Diego has the green light to just put it. So we've seen a few points scored like that. San Diego 5, Seattle 2.
We got Dina Elimelech with the pull. Some familiar faces from Seattle's O-line. Sue with the disc, connecting with Kirkland. Kirkland looking upfield, unable to connect. Back to Sue. Sue finds Win. Back to Sue. San Diego kind of forming a wall here. Really containing Seattle's upfield players.
Yeah, Seattle really going east-west here. Gaining minimal yards.
But good focus from Seattle's handlers. Great chemistry between the three of these guys.
Nice and easy. Very patient.
Sue with the disc. Finds Kushi. Back to Sue. Finds Win. Ooh, and a cheeky little push pass. Almost tripped up Sue, but able to reel that one in. Back to Win. Some movement here coming in. Sue finds Garrity. Garrity back to Win. Even finds Kirkland. Finds Lee. Oh, and a turn. Oh, no. Abrams with the disc. Jones shooting. Looking for Kaya Phillips. Can she connect? Oh, my goodness. That's a massive break from San Diego.
Wow, what a put.
Wasting no time after that turn just to punch it in.
And that's what you got to see. You know, these teams, really good teams, there's a drop, there's something happens, they pick up and they capitalize, and they really just try to throw the team off guard, make those plays. Really consistent handler movement, though, by Seattle Tempest, and just an unlucky drop.
It's a beautiful placement by Avery Jones there.
Great
And a
track down by
massive-
rookie Kaya Phillips.
Massive grab from Kai Phillips.
All right, so we see another D line out here by San Diego Super Blue.
Jones with the pull. These upwind pulls looking a little bit better this quarter. Pullers being able to calibrate a little bit there. Win with the disc, finding Sue. Back to Win. Win looking to break the mark. Connecting upfield there with Julia Hasbrook. Finding Erickson. Erickson's got options. Oh, and a very great under pressure grab from ID, who finds Sue back in the middle of the field. To Baroma, a huge switch. Back to Sue in the middle of the field. Win now coming back to help out. Baroma with the disc. Quick give and go to Sue. Baroma looking. Finds Win. Another give and go. Pick called. This stays with Baroma because the pick was not affected during the play. The pick was called in the middle of the field, not on the players who were involved with the disc. Some discussion on placement of the players. Now we're back in. Baroma with the disc, looking to break. Oh. And a timeout, I think, is called here. Seattle with the timeout call. I think the coach is recognizing that the stall was getting a little high. Advantage of the timeout call is when the coach calls timeout, the stall resets to 0, giving a good opportunity for the offense to kind of regain and focus. If you are the coach of Seattle, what are you telling your team right now, Sydney?
You know, coach of Seattle, I have the disc in Drea Baroma's hands, so veteran player, right? And what it seems like, you know, San Diego is playing a bit zony in the end zone, and so just looking for those opportunities to either get that upline cut or focus on the swing. I will say that in the past, Seattle, looking at their points from the past games, they've scored pretty easily in the middle of the end zone, but again, with the wind, we'll see if that's even a possibility at this point. And I think, you know, they're gonna try to split the defense and look for somebody up line.
Yeah. Let's see how they set up. I think they're probably going to go in their traditional end zone set with one ISO. Let's see Sue with the disc and Baroma kind of in that ISO position.
Yeah, Baroma and Sue with great chemistry this game.
We got Zettner on the mark with some help defense from Yu Ishii there. So I think good play by San Diego here to do some poaching. Like you mentioned, a little bit of a zone situation. Ali Melik with the mark. Looking. Oh my gosh, and what a connection there between Sue and Baroma. The accuracy of that pass was just perfect. I mean, I don't know how that connection happened because there were so many San Diego players in the middle of the field there.
So calculated.
Here's that great grab by ID under pressure. And let's see this beautiful finish from Sue. Just the accuracy. I mean, look at all those San Diego players clogging it up.
Truly impressive. It's almost you kind of got a little defensive help from Lonnie Wynn there, just kind of blocking that player so that there was enough open space for Dre to make that grab. So you love the team offense, team defense, all around the field. But yeah, very, very calculated throws from Cheryl Sue.
Yeah.
Such a fun player to watch, truly.
Well, we've got Seattle's D-line back on, which is one of my favorite D-lines. We'll see Dzerzski with the big pull right now.
Looks like it's going left field. Yeah.
Lands out. Iwamoto with the pickup. About 10 yards short of midfield.
Yeah, and we have the sun setting here, and usually in San Diego we get the wind dying a bit when that happens, so we'll see if that'll affect gameplay at all this evening.
But Iwamoto to Hannah. Finds Ellie Malik. Ellie Malik looking. Upfield. No connections there. Finds Juan. Juan looking. Break. Finds Ellis. Oh, and a massive. Oh, all right. Well,
Hold up.
foul called by Meredith Bile on number 77, Sadie Dzerzski.
Looks like they're talking it out.
I think Bile saying that she had possession of the disc. Dzerzski saying that she was able to get a hand on before Bile stopped rotation and maintained possession of the disc. I think that was very close, but let's take a look at the replay and see if we can get a better sense.
So Ellis with the disc.
Oh, see, that looked really close, but I think I would agree with the call here. I think that's a turn.
I agree as well.
Ikran Elmi with the disc. Ooh,
Oh, what a grab.
almost a miss, but Jones able to reel that in. Finding Dzerzski again, who shoots it deep. Oh, it's the hospital hawk, but oh my goodness, what a massive grab by Hasbrook. Finds Jones.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. A massive break by Seattle. I mean, this is the exact energy that I was expecting to see from their D-line. Huge layout block, followed by a massive grab from a total hospital huck here. I can't believe there's 3 San Diego players there on Hasbrook. I don't know how she came down with that.
Amazing. And safe defense from Super Bloom, but truly, Julia Hasbrook has been a force to reckon with this season and just has made amazing plays for Seattle. And this is the Seattle that I know and recognize, and that was a play that I would expect Tempest to make.
Yes. I mean, they're scrappy, and they will put their bodies on the line to get the D. And if they keep playing conservatively on their Dolphins, I think we're going to see a lot more breaks from Seattle. We've already made up the deficit. It's now 6-4, San Diego. We'll see a big pull here from Jamie Erickson.
Looks like they're getting into their groove a little bit.
Abrams with the disc. Finds Leslie. Oh, and a miscue there to Rutland. Another break chance there from Seattle. Russell with the pickup. Finds Erickson, able to reel it in for a high pass. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a massive catch. Wow.
What a dive.
I mean, that's amazing focus by Lauren Page. I don't think she was the intended receiver for that throw, but what a massive reel in there for another break for Seattle. There's Russell with the beautiful around break.
Wow.
Jamie Erickson reeling that in.
Really getting up there to get that grab. Beautiful inside throw, and just, the one-handed soccer slide for the grab in the end zone.
That was amazing. I think Ramirsa was the intended target for that one, but Paige really playing some team offense there and with amazing focus able to catch that in the end zone for the score. Another break from Seattle.
Seattle building momentum here, and that's what you love to see. You know, they are in it. They are in this game. They're always looking. They're always reading the disc. They're ready to help each other out. I mean, that's what you got to love about Seattle.
This is getting exciting. We've got San Diego 6, Seattle 5.
6 minutes left on the clock.
Dzerzski with the pull. Great float on that one. Jones with the catch to Iwamoto, back to Jones. Jones finding Ali Malik. Weaver going deep. She shoots. Oh, my goodness. Great grab there by Weaver. reel in by Peden. Ooh, that looked tight. But good adjustment by Peden. Weaver to Peden for the score.
Great box out by Weaver there. Just knew where her defender was, knew where to put her body. And then, an entertaining throw to Julia Peden.
I mean, these athletes are looking really, really strong today. Just being very agile, heads-up plays here and there. It's really great to see.
It's really great to see. And, earlier it's fun because we saw a lot of handler movement, but really a lot of these points have been scored by these huge gainer hucks.
Yes.
And that seems to be the plays of the game for today on April 26th. So we'll see if that continues. And again, that play really, we had the strong UCSD cohort of handlers, Rebecca Ellis, Kelly Iwamoto, Avery Jones, and then you have it to Dina Elimelech, all played in college together, so nice to see they're continuing.
Continuing chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
Got win with the disc to Sue. San Diego coming in with their wall, but a massive huck. Oh!
What a read, though.
Good block by Weaver. Oh.
But Seattle putting it up early.
Yeah, I mean, I would take that shot too.
Yep.
Jones with the pickup, finds Stambaugh. Seattle pushing San Diego back into their end zone. Stambaugh with the disc in the middle. Looking for Jones. Jones with a cheeky little find to Hallen. Hallen looking upfield, unable to find anyone. Oh, and a massive block by Sue, but sounds like there's going to be a little bit of discussion between Weaver and Sue.
Yeah, Weaver looks like she's explaining what she felt. Sue's still on the field.
Yeah, I think that's a challenging defensive play to make because there's an argument that it can be a little bit hard for that offender to track the defender coming from the handler lane.
Yeah, if you're outside the peripheral. And really any sort of movement on your body, like if your shoulder is switched or you just can't have the play that you were intending, and that's a foul. So we'll see what the observers have to say.
So the observer has ruled that that it is it's not a foul, so it is a turnover. Looks like there's still a little bit of discussion here, though.
Possibly about where players were before the play. There we go.
Yeah,
Wow.
so Sue with the disc. Finds Tremonti. Tremonti looking for Sue. A floater. Good focus there. Sue looking for some options. Unable to find it. Oh, no! Win with the bobble. San Diego possession.
Seattle back on defense.
Ishii with the disc. Finds Weaver. Good connect with Stambaugh. Stambaugh shooting. Not enough float on that for Hallen, the intended receiver. Win with the pickup. Finds Sue again. Sue looking upfield, connects with Tremonti. Big gainer there from Lee. Finding Kashi, who shoots it deep. Intended receiver, I think they're unable to track it down.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a miscommunication there, but nice movement up the open side. I mean, really just boom, boom, boom.
San Diego with another break chance. A lot of turns this point.
Yeah, what a grab, though, earlier by Cheryl Sue.
Avery Jones to Weaver. Looking for Zettner. Ooh, able to track that down. Hallen a little bit deeper. Hallen looking for options. Oh, unfortunate.
Looks like the stall was getting a bit high there.
Yeah, had to knock it out of there. Oh no, and another turn there by San Diego, or by Seattle.
All right, right, San Diego with another chance. Yeah, I think as these points get longer, teams just get a little antsy, and you know, it's harder to connect.
Oof. Unfortunate throw there by San. Oh, a great grab. Sorry, I missed that. Great grab there by Weaver. Let's watch that replay really fast.
This is Cheryl Sue's hug. Yeah, just had to turn around. Yason Lee. And then we're back here for Cheryl's D. Incredible grab right in front of Weaver.
Oh, man, and almost on that second attempt, Wynn was able to grab that in. Sue also putting her body on the line.
Good patience here by Hallen, but just couldn't quite connect with Stambaugh.
All right, so we're back with another San Diego pull. Crowley with the disc. Finds Nguyen. Nguyen connecting with ID. San Diego with a little bit of a junk look here. Back to ID. ID finds Nguyen. Nguyen looking for options. Garrity with the disc. Finds Nguyen again. Hasbrook with the disc. Back to Crowley. Back to Wynn. Erickson with a big grab there. And Seattle able to slowly and patiently march it up the field. Nice gainer there in the middle of the field to Jamie Erickson. Baroma with the disc. Looking for options. To ID. Back to Nguyen. ID in the middle of the field. Oh my goodness! Oh, and a floater all the way to number 33, Julia Hasbrook.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think Crowley maybe took a little bit of a tumble there on that, but no calls.
Again, just Seattle being heads up, ready for anything. You know, they're always watching that disc, tracking it down, but really aggressive, great playing there from ID. I mean, just going for the disc, getting it back to her teammates, and going for the score.
I mean, we really got a game going here. We've got 8-6 San Diego. Seattle really creeping back up, making their deficit.
I mean, and you always have to love this matchup, Neha. Seattle versus San Diego. It is a classic. You know, we had them in the final 2 years ago. Seattle wasn't able to make it to Champ Weekend last year, but this could be a matchup that we see coming here in June.
Yeah, and I think Seattle has had kind of a few years of sort of new personnel, and I think they're really coming into themselves this season, being another team undefeated, not really having too many, issues with the other matchups in the past. So really exciting to see that they've been really building up their program. We got Ella Malik with a disc. Looking for Iwamoto, streaks up line. In power position, decides to hold back. Finds Avery Jones up line. To Abrams. Abrams trapped on the sideline, looking for Ella Malik, but unable to connect. Got Jezierski to Elmi.
Steal by Sadie Jezierski.
Back to Elmi. Ooh, Elmi with a great fake. Jones. To Decker. Decker looking upfield. Shooting. Ooh, and Wynn unable to track that down. Good focus there by Jones. Connecting with Abrams. Abrams looking upfield. Shooting. Looking for Kaya Phillips. There's traffic, though. Oh, unable to come down with it. Good help D there. Elmi with the disc. Finds Nguyen. Back to Jezierski. Elmi goes up line. Ooh.
No call.
No call there. Emily to Jezierski. Looks outfield. Oh, and almost a layout D by Rutland, but then a turn from Seattle.
Seattle really moving the disc quick there.
Jones with the pickup. Break chance now. Excuse me, not a break chance. San Diego's offensive possession. Rutland with the disc. Finds Ali Malik. Ali Malik shooting. Looking for Peden. Can't she track that down? It's good float on it. Oh, what a run. Back to Abrams.
0 on the clock, so this is it.
Iwamoto with the disc. This is the last possession now. And Abrams able to reel that in. That is the end to the quarter. We are about to head into the half now. Let's check out this replay. Just that miscue there by Zettner. These are the replays from the half. Diaz with the massive focus grab to Bile. Beautiful break from Phillips. A really exciting half. I mean, I'm jazzed to see what goes on in the next half. Seattle's going to be coming in with some massive defensive looks. I think San Diego's going to keep trying to be pushing on the gas, but let's see what happens.
I have no doubt Seattle will come out guns a-firing. We have San Diego at 9, Seattle at 6, but I think Seattle has had a chance to kind of look at the personnel on San Diego, and hopefully they'll be able to kind of bring out a...
We'll go into commercial break, and we'll be back soon.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. You know you like that. 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 You know you like that.
jumped out of my seat.
Wow! What a beautiful grab!
So fired up, I just jumped out of my seat.
Wow! What a beautiful grab!
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. You know you like that. 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 You know you like that.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We are just about ready to start our second half. Sydney, what are your senses of the last half? How did you feel?
I felt like, San Diego Super Bloom really came out guns blazing. And now Seattle Tempest has gotten into their groove a little bit. Both teams have thrown zones a few times, and we've seen some turns here and there, but really the Huck game is what I have been excited about for this game, and both teams have delivered, and some success, others, What about you, Neha?
I'm excited to see some really intense defense from Seattle. We're off now. Weaver with the pull, massive pull there. Starting out with the Seattle's O-line. Sue with the disc to Nguyen. In the middle of the field, San Diego coming in with their sag zone defense. Sue back with the disc and an easy poach D there by Teresa Zetner. Zetner finds Hallen for a quick dump. Lots of options. Ishii finds Stambaugh. Looking upfield. Oh my goodness, a hammer look to Peden on the line. Quick connect there to Danica Hallen.
Peden can't believe it.
That was a crazy look there. Oh my gosh, what a heads-up play there by Zetner.
And then really just quick movement from there on out. Lexa Stambaugh coming off a Goldie Nationals win.
I mean, that is such a classic Goldie play. You can see Coach Amy in the corner of the field jumping up and down. Another Goldie player.
And that's really, the type of plays we love to see.
Yeah.
Super Bloom almost seemed shocked. They were like, that wasn't in. We got to keep going.
It's good to see them finding the joy and just some fun offense.
Oh, I love to see a hammer throw.
Well, that's a break for San Diego right out the half.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get one from Seattle, too. Can I request it?
We got 10 San Diego, 6 Seattle. Crowley to Kirkland. Kirkland finding Tremonti. Just running on the sideline. Looking for Wynn. Finds Crowley instead, who swings it wide to Kushi. Kushi looking upfield for options. Shoots it deep, sees Erickson. Ellie Mellick chasing though.
That's a matchup we love to see there, Ellie Mellick and Erickson.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ellie Mellick took the right line there, but Erickson really pushed it with that great deep run.
Yeah, Kushi looking like she didn't have too many options.
Ellis with the disc. Looking for dump, finds Iwamoto. Hits Alex Diaz upfield. Connecting with Ellie Mellick. Looks like she's going to wind up for the shot, but opts for Diaz short instead. Finds Ellis on the open side. Big switch to Ellie Mellick. Creative throw from Ellis. Back to Diaz. Pick called. Downfield. Doesn't affect the play, it looks like. Disc will stay with Ellis.
Super Bloom really does a great job of not getting in the way of one another. Their cuts downfield, you always have one coming under and one going deep, and their communication has been spot on. There's been very little clogging in the center of the field.
Ellis with the disc. Finds Diaz. Juan right on the end zone line. Oh, and a quick, cheeky little pass to Ellie Mellick. Bobbles it. and manages to maintain concentration to reel that in. I think she caught that on her knees. Is that what that looked like?
That's what it looked like.
Let's see the replay here. You know what? This is actually a bookend, isn't it? Because Ali Malik with this massive D over here.
Nice
Diaz to Juan, who straddles the line. Shoots it to Ali Malik. Oh, and almost blocked by Erickson. Oh, man, what a bummer.
Saved with the foot. You love to see Dina all excited. Like, I don't know if anyone saw that, but it was up. It was up. I caught that.
Yep. I mean, good focus there from Ali Malik, but Erickson really
Erickson got a hand on it.
pushing the defense there. Yeah, I mean, face guarding a little bit, but still able to kind of mack it there.
Yeah, Juan really just able to get that disc off around her defender's foot.
Yeah. A good break shot there. All right, we got Weaver with the pull now. Looks like some of Seattle's offense handlers here. Jezierski with the disc now. Shooting it deep. Weaver in the area looking for number 9, Emily Decker. Weaver able to reel that in. Shooting it deep again, but Jezierski's there. Easy defensive block. Finds Jones. Jones shoots it deep again. Ooh, and a great focus grab there by Ramirsa. Kai Phillips in the area. Back to Ramirsa, who finds number 30, Jones, for Seattle's score.
Quick back and forth there between defense and offense, but
let's take a look here at this big block by Weaver. Good body position. Yeah, good body positioning there.
And then right back to Jezierski.
Yeah, did Jezierski put that deep,
Yep.
actually?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe Weaver and Jezierski, I guess, playing.
I know, another great Seattle Super Blue matchup. Nice and easy here to Dre Baroma. Really aggressive to that ball, and you got to be with a defender like Kai Phillips.
I mean, really good distribution there, too, by number 30, Brogan Jones. I thought that she had a really good role on that point, playing distributor and having good vision upfield. Jezierski again with the big pull. Jones with the pickup, finding Ishii in the middle of the field. Big gainer to Stambaugh. No mark on Stambaugh. Looks like Jezierski's just playing deep. Poaching out in the lane. Oh, no, and an unfortunate turn there by Ellis. You know, in terms of clock management, Stambaugh could have just held that disc for as long as she wanted. The rule is a mark has to be within 10 feet. Jezierski with the disc now. Finding Jones. To Russell. Russell looking upfield. Finds Elmi. Elmi with a cheeky little upfield pass. Pick called on Jones. Pick called downfield. Excuse me. Does not affect the catch. Jones with the disc. Ellis on the mark. Swings to Elmi. Elmi swings to Jezierski. Back to Elmi on the break side. Elmi looking open side. Oh, and a massive block there by Ellis.
Ellis gets it back.
Oh, man. Yuichi with the pickup. Finds Ellis. Little tussle there. Looks like it's all resolved. Ellis finds Weaver downfield. Stambaugh's going deep. Opts for Ellis instead. Back to Jones. To Ellis. Looking upfield, who shoots. Looking for Weaver. Can Weaver come down with it? Oh! Oh, my goodness. And almost a second attempt grab by Zettner.
It was a great box out by Weaver. Good body positioning, just couldn't quite get there.
I'm liking this Decker and Weaver matchup here. Both actually very strong defenders, but Jezierski with the disc, winding up. Oh my goodness, can she get there? Oh my gosh, Paige with a massive grab. What a fantastic reception by Lauren Page, and a stunning look from Jezierski, just ripping it deep.
Really. I mean, that disc was perfect. It looked like it was going to be a bit too speedy, but floated exactly right at the last second. Wow. Great movement at this point by Seattle, just being very patient with the disc.
Yeah, and we've got about 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in this third quarter. I think Seattle is going to start to shift to quicker plays and longer shots because clock management, as we said before, is a really important part of the WUL rule format. Oh my gosh, look at this massive grab by Paige. That was stunning.
And I love this about Seattle. I love when Sadie Jezierski has the disc, Seattle goes deep. They know their team. They know their skill sets.
Yeah, and it's just a smart play by Jezierski to wind that deep because they need to save time here so they can bring back this 3-point deficit.
And you have those runners, you have Baroma, you have Paige, you have those players that can track that down.
Exactly. Pole goes out of bounds from Seattle. We've got Iwamoto with the pickup. Ava Hanna and Rebecca Ellis in the backfield. Jones on the mark. Iwamoto finds Ellis. Finding Hanna, who hits the break side to Ellie Malik.
Quick break.
Alex Diaz upfield. Quick dump to Ellis, who finds Juan on the sideline. Good focus there. Dumps it to Ellis, who finds Iwamoto. Juan working upfield. Oh, and a huge block there by number 32, Lauren Page again. Just able to make a red zone turn for San Diego.
Yeah, definitely anticipated that throw there and was right in the correct positioning for the defensive play.
Decker with a big grab. Hand on the mark. Finds Crowley. Oh, and another huge. Jessica Juan gets it back. Redeeming herself for that turnover thrown earlier.
Also great anticipation by Juan there. Just saw the disc swinging, knew where it was going to go, and was ready for it.
Big grab from Iwamoto. Finds Ellis with a beautiful upfield pass to Diaz. Ooh, and a bit of a collision there. Oh, dear.
Hoping everyone's okay. Alex Diaz helping them to untangle. Looks like it's...
There's a call. There's no signals, though, so I'm assuming it's a foul call. Looks like it might be a foul call.
On Alex Diaz?
I think on Ellis and ID. Stall coming in at 2, though.
Right.
Alex trapped on the sideline. Oh, and a massive hand block there.
Wow.
Huge hand block.
By Jones.
San Diego looking frustrated in that corner, I think. It's a lot of, yeah, messy runs there. Ooh, and a timeout is called. Looks like by Seattle, which I think might be a good move. It looked a little bit hectic there for the for both teams, actually. A lot of tight window passes, miscue throws. What are you pep talking your team on if you're Seattle's coach right now, Sydney?
I will say, yeah, we've seen a little tussling out there. You know, we're getting to the end of the third quarter, and this is when you really start to see your depth come out, right? And just you get tired, you make worse decisions, you take a misstep, you make a missed throw. And so really, how are you going to mentally prepare for that? How are you going to put yourself in the best position to keep yourself in top-notch playing shape?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here. Yeah.
Okay, so Ellis called the foul. I see. And this was a big, big hand block there from Jones.
Wow.
Right on the red zone line. San Diego having quite a few end zone turnovers this point. More so than usual, I have to say.
Yeah, so we'll see what they decide to do when they come out. But, we've seen from both these teams, they know how to play this game, clearly. And they just got to get back in their groove. So taking a timeout, taking a quick break, recap, you remember why you play this game for your teammates, and you get back out there and you play your game.
Looks like we've got Jezierski with the pickup. Ali Malik on the mark.
Ready for that foot block?
Stretching it out.
Stretching out there.
Observer going to count us in. Jezierski looking upfield. Winds up.
And of course, we have two players on Seattle running deep.
Erickson and Decker in the area, but Weaver able to mack that down. Oh, and a foul is called.
Weaver has done a phenomenal job being back there on the defensive end, though. Really just always ready for those deep throws.
Looks like there's some discussion on contact over the head of Decker.
Let's see the replay.
Maybe Decker saying that Weaver knocked her hand down.
Yeah. They have truly been a fun matchup to watch this game, though.
Okay, they went to the observer. So it was a foul called by the observer. So the disc will now stay with Decker, and it will remain Seattle's possession.
Our light's coming on now.
Decker with the disc, looking for Jones. Jones finds Erickson upfield, who winds it up. But, a great catch there by Petty, but just out of bounds there.
Wow, what a grab.
Looks like the disc never actually came in. So San Diego will regain possession quite a few yards up ahead, basically where Jamie Erickson threw the disc from. You can see that orange beanbag there. Oh, my goodness. Iwamoto, unable to connect with Jones, just bobbles it. Jezierski shooting it deep again. She's got Erickson. Oh, my goodness. Ugh.
Can't quite connect.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle's going to continue to take those shots and try and be as efficient as they can on offense so they can get their D-line back out there and get those breaks back. Jones with the pickup, finds Weaver. Weaver shoots it deep to Ali Malik. Jezierski in the area. Great line, able to block it down.
Just a little too short for Ali Malik.
Jezierski with the pickup. Finds Jones. Jones hits Jezierski again with a massive layout grab there to save possession. Shooting it deep once more. Oh, man, but unable to connect with number 32, Lauren Page. Alex Diaz to Ali Malik. Easy find to Iwamoto. Back to Ali Malik in the middle of the field. Back to Iwamoto. San Diego taking their time here. To Jones. Losing yards, but safe throw. Finds Zettner upfield. To Ali Malik. This cheeky little... Oh, my goodness. Weaver unable to connect with Diaz.
Just barely. A nice break throw, though, from Weaver. But San Diego really just throwing to the open arms. They see a player, they're open, they throw it. And that quick movement is so hard defensively to cover.
Yeah. Erickson with the disc. Finds Jones. Connecting with Paige, who gets Decker. Back to Jones in the backfield. Jezierski calling for it. Jones swings it wide. Back to Jones. Shoots it deep. San Diego's got numbers. Oh, and a huge, massive grab by Jamie Erickson in the end zone for the score.
What a read. Another team offensive play from Seattle.
Wow.
Just that bobble from Starsky there.
Let's see that look there with Jezierski's block on Elimelech.
Great defensive play.
We've only got about 45 seconds left in this quarter. San Diego 11, Seattle 9.
And again, we saw a few turns there from Jezierski throwing it deep, so we'll see if Seattle pulls that back at all. But then we get a Huck point to close us out. So, you know, it's working here, it's working there, but we'll see if Tempest changes up their play at all.
Quarters are quick, so make sure that if you have a mini disc, get ready to line up as soon as the quarter ends.
.40 seconds on the clock.
Pull goes out of bounds for Seattle. Ellis with the pickup. Finds Abrams. Oh, the disc pops up. Is Elimelech going to be able to come down with it? Yes, she is. Petty in pursuit. Back to Ellis, back to Elimelech. Those two playing a little give and go there. Abrams coming into the mix. But San Diego really stuck on that trap sideline. Abrams able to swing it to Peden, though. Not too much movement upfield from San Diego. Finds Leslie, but I think a stall was called on Peden earlier. Uncontested stall, and the time did expire before the stall, or after the stall, excuse me. So Seattle does maintain this possession. So this will be the last possession of the quarter, but Seattle turns it. And that's the end of the third. So it is 11 San Diego, Seattle 9. We are going to head into a quick commercial break before we start out the fourth quarter.
Don't forget about the on-field silent option.
Welcome back. We are just about to get started on our fourth quarter. Wanted to take a quick moment to thank our 2025 sponsors and partners, Discraft. Discraft discs are the official disc of the Western Ultimate League. Super Bloom themed Discraft discs are available at our merch table. Discraft is the presenting sponsor of all Western Ultimate League broadcasts and the official disc of the WUL. We'd also like to thank Breakmark. Breakmark is the official apparel provider of the Western Ultimate League and have made this season's brand new jerseys designs possible. Thank you, Breakmark, for the sponsorship of Super Bloom and the WUL. And lastly, Friction gloves are the original and most popular gloves for Ultimate and Disc Golf. Thanks to Friction gloves for being the official glove of the Western Ultimate League. We are back. San Diego with possession of the disc here. Weaver to Ishii. Exciting start to our last quarter. Savinsky finds Stambaugh. Oh, and a massive block by Ramirza. Paroma.
That was your disc that made it in. Head over to the merchandise tent.
Yeah, we'll see if Seattle starts heating up this quarter. Last play.
Let's go, Seattle defense.
They're just at a 2-point deficit, so, I mean, a lot could happen this quarter.
Jazerski with the disc. Looking upfield. Unable to connect there with Jones. Sorry, with Idy.
Yep, just a bit too low. I know, just took her sunglasses off.
Avery Jones with the disc. Shooting it deep. Sees Weaver. But there's traffic. Oh, able to come down with it. That Decker-Weaver matchup, exciting as ever. Zenner with the disc. Stambaugh grabbing it under pressure. Looking for the dump. Hits Ishii right on the end zone line. Oh, no. Unfortunate turn there by San Diego.
But San Diego just so patient in the end zone. They really have their formation and they stick to it. And when you're ISO, you are ISO. And it's your scene.
Yeah, I would like to see a little bit more discipline from San Diego, especially in the red zone. I feel like I've been seeing quite a lot of turns there, which I know is an important part of offensive strategies to make sure that end zone turns are at a minimum.
Yeah, non-existent, ideally.
Ideally non-existent. Decker to Jones. Jones find Baroma. Baroma to Jazerski. Good focus there by Jones. And a perfect find there to Page.
Yeah, San Diego just not able to catch up defensively on that fast movement by Tempest.
That is another break for Seattle. We are at, oh my God, look at that huge
That was
layout block by Baroma.
incredible. Yep, Seattle picking up the intensity. You can tell they're like, this is the time where we come back and we want it. You know, they refuse to lose. Tempest refuses to lose.
Yes, and we definitely like to say defense wins games, and Seattle defense line just really proving themselves here. We're now back at 11 San Diego, Seattle 10. Let's see if they can, for the first time during this entire game, take the lead.
That connection, though, earlier between Avery Jones and Caitlin Weaver is just really, I mean, almost full field. So you love to see it.
Jamie Erickson with the pull. Ava Hanna collects, finding Iwamoto, who keeps it up against all odds. Finding Diaz in the middle of the field. Has options. Gets Ellis. Ellis shoots deep to Ellie Mellick. Trapped on the sideline there. Finds Ellis.
Good patience from Ellie Mellick.
And a timeout called, sounds like, by San Diego.
You know, San Diego just does the exact same thing, though, going this direction. They just put it on the open side, they find the open hands, and it's quick movement, and Seattle has a hard time keeping up. So it's really just that quick movement play on both sides gets you so far. What a strategy. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
They said thank you, San Diego
I mean, good call by Coach Amy there. I think San Diego looking a little bit frazzled again on the end zone line. Maybe giving her team a minute to refocus and come up with a good end zone play.
Yeah, that right corner is tough. I mean, you know where the player wants to go. They either can go forward or they can go back, and if you're able to cover that, then you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, really. You choose the rock or the hard place?
Who knows? I choose being up in this booth, actually. It's much easier to be a critic than to figure out the plays down there.
And with only 7 seconds on the clock, so.
Ellis on the end zone line. Finds Ali Malik. Oh my goodness gracious.
What a snag.
Ellie Malik just using her legs and able to push through and score in that end zone. Like you said, Super Bloom using the open side as much as they need to.
That easy push pass there.
Oh man. Looks like Seattle was attempting to do a switch there, or a roll, where the handler will switch to match the cutter going up line, which usually is effective, but does require good communication between the mark and the handler defender.
Yeah, and Ellis did have to throw a little curvy to go around that switch, and we saw that, but it's hard to beat out a player like Dina Ellie Melik, so who can make grabs on that caliber, and especially in the fourth quarter.
Just over 9 minutes left. We've got Weaver with the pull. San Diego 12, Seattle 10. Seattle's O-line back out there. Sue with the disc. Finds Kirkland in the middle of the field. San Diego with their sag defense here. Back to Sue. Sue finds Cushy. Alone on the sideline. Back to Sue. Win in the middle of the field now. Oh no, unfortunate bobble there from Sue. San Diego with the break chance now. Abrams to Jones. Oh wow, and unfortunately Abrams not able to reel that in.
Lefty throw there from Jones.
Tremonti to Sue. Sue's gonna wind up. Got Cushy in the backfield. Oh, and Weaver! Wow, out of nowhere. What a huge block from Weaver. Weaver really putting in the work there on the long throws.
Yeah, her deep space game today has been quite incredible, and even earlier, just directing the zone. I mean, we saw a turn on Seattle's end, and that's good direction from the deep space.
Jones to Abrams, who hits Weaver. Weaver looking downfield. Pick called, though.
It's good communication.
There's some debate about where the stall should be coming in at. Oh, excuse me, maybe the foul was called. Taking a second to discuss this.
Observer Keith Temple helping us out here. Thanks, Keith. Pretty lengthy discussion.
You can see the wind actually kind of looking a little bit more gusty. Looking at the jerseys of the players. Okay, sounds like it's been resolved. This stays with Weaver. Huge break chance by Rutland, but foul is called.
And we're back to the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think players getting a little bit antsy here and, towards the end of the game, putting it all on the line.
Yeah, and we do see. Oh.
So yellow card pulled out on Kat Chung, indicating issue with the body control there. Foul called by Rutland, who takes an injury. Zetner coming in. I think the observers taking issue with the direction of line that was taken on that defensive attempt. All right, Zetner with the disc now to Abrams, who connects with Peden. Jones now moving upfield. Finding Kai Phillips, who hits Jones again. Great gainer to Mika Leslie. Peden able to get it in traffic. Back to Phillips. Oh. Miscue there by San Diego Superbloom. Abrams unable to reel it in. Sue on the disc now. Oh, and a big crossfield look. Intended target was Cushy, but Weaver again in the space.
Yeah, just right over the head of Anna Cushy.
Weaver and Jones. Jones looking deep. Back to Weaver, who finds Leslie across the field. Jones hitting Abrams, who gets Peden for a layout grab in the end zone on the break side. What a huge grab from Peden.
And a huge smile from Julia Peden. I love how much joy she brings to this game.
Oh man, that's an unfortunate turn there by Sue. Trying to do a quick give and go maybe. Here's the almost save by Abrams, but that disc just dropping too quickly, I think.
And a nice choice of the lefty by Avery Jones.
Yeah, I mean, this is another break for San Diego, so a lot of back and forth there between the two. We've got San Diego at 13 and Seattle at 10 with 6 minutes left to go. What is your strategy if you are Seattle going into this last 6 minutes of the game?
I would really here take a breath, right? I mean, we have a deficit of 3, but we've come back from games before. We know our matchups at this point. We've seen the Caitlin Weaver, Anna Cushy. We've seen the Caitlin Weaver Decker, the Sajerski with Iomuro. And so it's just acknowledging your matchup and just making sure you have that locked down, but then moving the disc quick, right? We've seen that really work here for Seattle.
San Diego with the pull. Kirkland in the middle of the field with the disc. Finds Crowley. Crowley shooting. Intended target was Baroma, but an unfortunate turn there, just over the hands. Iwamoto no mark. Finds Peden. Back to Iwamoto, who switches the field to Elimelech. Back to Iwamoto. Ishii coming back for it. San Diego being patient with the handler movement.
Seattle really blocking the unders here.
Oh my goodness, and an almost block there by number 33. Ishii on the sideline. Finds a cheeky inside look to Iwamoto, who finds Stambaugh. Back to Iwamoto, quick give and go. San Diego trying to attack the break side here. Elimelech finds Stambaugh, who hits Elimelech again outside of the end zone. And a timeout was called by San Diego.
Was it?
Oh yeah, a timeout called a couple of possessions ago. Looks like maybe where Iwamoto had picked up the disc.
Yeah, just the bobble. So we've really been seeing, though, our San Diego Super Bloom handlers move the discs, and I think if Seattle wants to shut that down, they got to play tight on our handlers.
Yeah, I think shutdown handler defense is really going to be the key to slow down San Diego and maybe force a drop or so. But, you know, I mean, we were expecting maybe San Diego to have a little bit of trouble because they're missing some of their star players, but to be honest, I haven't really noticed them missing. Like, the team has really been able to connect, make hard plays, use the deep space, use their handlers. I haven't seen too much of a difference between what we've seen them play with their full squad versus now, and that's honestly a testament to how deep their team is.
Truly, yeah. I mean, they've really kept the Super Bloom style of play. Looks like Seattle was blocking unders earlier, so we'll see if they continue to do that and force some more deep throws.
Iwamoto to Stambaugh. Hits the break side to Iwamoto again. Oh, man. And a turnover there. Seattle trying to hit the deep. Decides to stay conservative and hit Hasberg instead. But then Hasberg takes a look. Oh, and Eriksson with the big grab. Dumps it back to Lee. Win with the disc. Now to Hasbrook. Hasberg looking upfield. Hasberg is working.
Not quite in.
On the end zone line here. Looking for Baroma. Oh, and a timeout called by Seattle. Coach is really utilizing this timeout call because of the WUL rule format, giving the coaches the opportunity to refocus their team and then also reset the stall count and make any substitutions on personnel that they might need.
And clearly, Neha, they're utilizing these timeouts. We have about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and we just saw Seattle playing tight on the handlers. We had a miscue with handlers, that bump off the shin from Iwamoto,
Yep.
and then they pick up the disc, and they move it quick. And now look where we are, at the end zone. So I really think that is the play that's going to work for and against both of these teams. Shut down handler defense, quick movement up the field.
Yeah, I mean, really smart play by the coach there to call the timeout and think about conserving this precious seconds that they have left to make up this deficit. I think that was a very smart play.
I mean, this is what it's going to come down to. We have San Diego 13, Seattle 10. And we are on the Seattle end zone.
Seattle again having Baroma in that ISO space. We'll see if San Diego puts up a similar defense as they did earlier out of the timeout with 2 on that ISO player. Kind of in that zone formation. Jones with the disc. Looking upfield. Oh, and a beautiful focus grab there by Nguyen.
That cheeky smile there.
That's a big trust throw from Jones. Knowing that Nguyen would just fight through the poaches and be able to catch that.
What a put from Hasbrook. A clean
What a
grab.
massive grab there by Jamie Eriksson.
Yep, good find there by Jones. And really just right to the player's hands, make it easy, stay focused. You got the score.
Yeah, I mean, really good job. Quick play by Seattle to just one and done, get it in for the score. We've got 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in the quarter and the game. Jezierski with the pull. Seattle's defense back out.
A little less windy as our poles are going where we think they should be going.
Disc lands out of bounds, though. San Diego able to take it in the middle of the field at the 25-yard line. Ellis with the pickup. Hits Eli Malik. Eli Malik looking for one, but Page able to block that.
What a defensive play. Great read on that disc. Anticipation, knowing where it's going to go, and then being ready with the hand block.
This is exactly what Seattle's wanting right now. A quick turn and hopefully a quick conversion. Ooh, Elmi with the save there.
Heads up. Wow, what an inside throw.
Russell's finds Jazerski, who shoots it. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What a huge grab and play by Lauren Page. That is a pretty much perfect progression there by Seattle's offense.
Really, we're seeing Seattle wake up this quarter.
I mean, 2 throws for San Diego and a turn. And then on offense, Elmi with this huge possession saving grab. And Jazerski just wasting no time to get the disc into the hands of Lauren Page.
Perfectly bladey so that it has enough speed to get there in time before any of the San Diego Super Boom players can drop back on defense. I mean, really, just a smart play.
That entire point only lasted 1 minute, which is really great for Seattle, as the score now is 13-12, so just 1 more point to make up. Big pull from Jazerski. Jones with the pickup to Iwamoto. Seattle really pushing the, oh my gosh. All right, sounds like there's a little bit of discussion here about if there was a foul. I think Iwamoto is calling a foul on Jones. Let's look at the replay here. Okay, sounds like it was a foul. So Iwamoto has possession of the disc, finds Jones, who hits Iwamoto again, looking for power position, but decides to keep it. Savinsky with the disc now. Seattle really putting the pressure on the handlers.
Yeah, and downfield really watching that deep space.
Savinsky with the disc now. Ooh, disc goes up. And a turn from San Diego. Seattle with another opportunity. Oh my gosh, that's a huge turn. Can they tie it up? We've got Russell with the disc, looking for Jones. Jones on Jones here. Hitting Petty. Back to Jazerski. Oh, it's a massive break. And a huge grab there from Decker, who keeps it in bounds. That is insane. We are tied up right now, 13-13.
Folks, we have ourselves a game.
I mean, this is how you pull off a fourth quarter fire drill. Seattle's defensive line is showing out, wasting no time and being perfect on offense.
Wow. And we have that great break throw from Sadie Jazerski. A layout defensive play from a Super Boom player, but just couldn't quite get there. And this is why we watch professional sports. I mean, for these moments right here.
Oh, man, I am shaking up in this booth. This is insane.
Might have to remove a layer. 1:33 left on the clock. We have San Diego Super Bloom on offense. Jazerski with the pull. Will it stay in? Nope.
Pull again going out of bounds. Jones with the pickup. Got a really loud crowd here in San Diego at Mission Bay High School. Everyone really fired up about this score right here.
I mean, this is the first time San Diego has really been challenged this year that have been in a position like this in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
So it'll be excited to see how they come out.
Oh my God, and another turn here. Seattle defense really capitalizing on the franticness of San Diego. Jazerski with the disc. Looking for Elmi. Elmi able to shake Ali Malik. Finds Jones, swinging it across the field. Back to Jazerski in the middle of the field. 55 seconds left. Finds Russell. Russell hits Decker, who hits Jones. Jones gets Elmi. Elmi hits Jazerski. Oh my goodness, it's getting tight.
Working downfield.
Oh man, and that's the score from Dre Baroma. Seattle has taken the lead for the first time this entire game with 27 seconds left.
Truly a resilient quarter from Seattle.
That is fantastic work by Seattle's defense line. I mean, if I was a defensive coach for Seattle, I would be losing my mind. Like, this is exactly how you want your defensive line to play.
And as a fan, this is the exact type of frisbee we want to see.
Yeah, this is actually exactly what we came here to see.
I couldn't have scripted it better myself. I will say both of these teams have been in this position before. They both know what it's like to play in these really high-intensity games, and they both have the mental strength and stamina to push through it. So, I mean, this is it. The last 20 seconds of the game. This decides who goes to Champ Weekend. Who will it be?
Iwamoto to Ellis, who finds Weaver. Jones in the middle of the field, who hits Hannah. No stall on Hannah. Just hold it basically until the clock runs out.
Yeah, interesting double team there on Ellie Melick.
We are out of regulation time now. The score is 13 San Diego, 14 Seattle. So San Diego has to win in order to tie this and go into overtime. Ellie Melick shoots it deep. Jones is there. Oh my gosh! Oh, that is interesting here.
We will see what happens with that.
So I think Jones and Decker both claiming that they had possession. Decker claiming, I think, that she had possession first.
Let's watch the replay here.
Okay, I think Jones had that first, but we'll have the players on the field discuss and maybe go to the observers.
From the replay, looks like Avery Jones had it first.
It is a goal. Oh my goodness. So for folks at home watching, that is a goal for San Diego, which means we are tied up. And we're at the end of regulation time, so lucky for everyone. We have the overtime about to get started.
Wow, this is so exciting, Neha. I don't think I've ever seen a professional game go to overtime like this.
Well,
it's a first for me. Wow, what an incredible put there.
so I'm going to quickly read the overtime rules here. There's two overtimes. There's the first overtime, which is a 4 minute of clock time. The coin flip determines who will have possession, and the home team will make the call of the flip. The winning team will pick whether they shall receive the pull or decide which end zone they wish to defend, and the other team gets the remaining choice. During the first 2 minutes, in terms of stoppages, the clock stops consistent with regulation time stoppages, so between every point. During the last 2 minutes, the clock shall stop consistent with the other time stoppages provision. So the first overtime shall end once the time expires, and if time expires and the disc is in the air, the play shall continue until the results of the throw is determined, and then no subsequent throws shall be permitted. So first overtime, there's no last possession rules. There's just whatever is the last throw is what happens. And if the game is still tied at the end of overtime, then the teams will go into second overtime, which is sudden death. So I don't know about you, Sydney, but I am just buzzing for this excitement. San Diego has played overtime on Mission Bay High School before and has been successful before, but Seattle has really just come out and brought the ferocity in the last quarter. I'm so excited to see what happens in this first overtime.
Oh, same. This is prime time Saturday night television. Really, what could be better?
All right, so we're seeing the coin toss here. San Diego calling it. Looks like San Diego starting on offense and Seattle picking their side.
And here we go, folks.
I mean, this is 3 seconds till the beginning of first overtime. There you go. You hear that buzzer.
And this is just like Seattle to, you know, play themselves up in the last quarter and come out swinging.
Time of the season. Whoever wins this game secures their spot in the championship.
Well, we are in the booth here, kind of shaking. 4 minutes, 4 minutes in our first overtime, with San Diego receiving the pole. I think I would really like to see Seattle's defense come out and go crazy. Like, they have been unstoppable this last quarter, and I think it's maybe even an advantage that they start off on defense because of the energy that they've been bringing. And I think Seattle's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the San Diego offense.
Seattle is carrying a lot of momentum right now. But Bloom has been in this position before, and they know how to handle things like this.
We got some strong Seattle defenders out here. Jezierski pulling, but you see also Baroma, Russell, Jones, Decker, Page, among others. Jezierski with the pull. Ellis to receive to Iwamoto. Let's see the composure here of San Diego. Ali Malik able to focus that in. Hannah with the disc. Back to Ellis. Oh, and a miscue by San Diego. Jezierski gets the disc. To Russell now. Russell hitting the break side. Gets Petty. Who finds Decker. A pick is called.
Good call here, and you can really see Super Bloom is definitely defending those long throws. And letting the unders go off.
Decker with the disc. Oh, wow, and a massive grab there by Jones.
What a save.
Back to Decker. Oh, and a turn. Miscue there to Lauren Page. San Diego now with the chance. Iwamoto looking, finds Diaz with yards in the middle of the field. Back to Iwamoto. To Ellis, who finds Iwamoto again. Diaz with another good yard gain.
Yeah, Diaz just running it in the middle.
Ellis looking for it. Jezierski really putting it out there. Hits the break side to find Iwamoto. Ali Malik with yards.
Looks like a pick was called.
Pick was called there on Ali Malik. I think players deciding whether or not disc would stay with Ali Malik or go back to Iwamoto.
Yeah, it looks like Seattle's defense is really letting that center cutter get it open in the middle. They're really blocking the outside throws. They don't want that to go up the sideline. Slowing down their momentum here a bit.
Still some discussion on whether or not the disc will stay with Ali Malik or go back to Iwamoto. Looks like it does go back to Iwamoto, indicating that the pick did affect the defender's ability to catch up to Ali Malik. Iwamoto looking for Ellis. The nice upline pass. Iwamoto with some creative fakes there. And finding Ellie Malik in the end zone. That is a San Diego score in overtime. A really huge hold there for San Diego.
Just really nice movement by Bloom. I mean, clearly Ellis, Iwamoto, Ellie Malik, they know what to do with one another. It's a bummer throw there.
I mean, these players are really playing tight defense. There's so much, I think, excitement here.
I mean, truly, you see bids all over the place. People
Everyone-
are hitting the ground.
Yeah, hitting the ground, putting their bodies on the line. And here is that goal. Got two people cutting up in that way.
Yeah, not sure if it was intended for Diaz or Ellie Malik, but both were there and ready. Team offense.
And this is San Diego's strong D-line here. We got Ellie Malik, Pete in, Diaz, Weaver, Zettner, Jones, and Ishii.
1:45 left on the clock.
Ellie Malik with the pull. Oh, and a huge pull, ending in Seattle's end zone almost. Sue with the disc now. Hits Nguyen. Able to swing it wide. San Diego coming in with their sag. Sue with the disc now. Looking upfield but unable to make any connections. Back to the middle with Wynn.
Yeah, Seattle has the 4 players back handling.
Got Wynn with the middle of the disc. You see Cushy really pushing the field deep. Jezierski with the disc who rips it. Going. Cushy, no one there. Beautiful read. Who finds Baroma easy in the end zone. That is a Seattle goal. We are again tied up, Sydney.
15-15, and that really was a Seattle goal. I mean, ripped it, written right in their playbook. What a throw from Sue. And then Jezierski with the disc, throws it deep. Cushy able to track it down. And then no one on Baroma in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, Ellie Malik did make good coverage. However, unfortunately, Cushy had the line of sight on the disc and had a better vision of where it was going to end up.
I mean, truly, and when the disc drifts, breaks side like that just over the defensive player, I mean, even if they have great positioning, there's just rarely anything you can do. That was a great read by Cushy. 15-15 tied.
Oh my goodness.
48
I am
seconds.
shaking in this booth. What an exciting matchup. I mean, I feel like San Diego and Seattle have been each other's kind of like white
Michigan,
whales.
Ohio State, yeah.
San Diego only having beaten Seattle 2 times in their entire existence. I mean, this has been such a fun game to watch. All right, Jezierski with the pull. San Diego with a offensive possession. 40 seconds left on the clock. Weaver with the disc. Hits Ellis. Ellis finds Iwamoto. Now for the folks watching, there is no last possession. It is the possession ends when the clock ends. So San Diego has to make a score quickly. Is a travel called?
Yep. Ellie Malik back with the disc.
9 seconds
We have
left.
Diaz
When the time
upfield.
expires, the overtime is over.
San Diego needs to make a score in 5 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
A timeout, I think, was called, however, right before the end of the clock, which is a very intelligent play by Coach Amy. I think there is 1 second remaining on the clock, if I'm not mistaken, which means that San Diego will maintain possession, and effectively they'll just need to throw in
He'll just need to punch it in.
a one-throw goal in order to win this.
Wow, really great patience by San Diego Super Bloom there. Right on the end zone. Great inside flick by Kelly Iwamoto. Definitely a player to watch this game. Just so consistent.
Okay, so we have got 2 seconds left on the clock. Give us a second to reset the clock timer on the screen.
Both teams discussing their next play. I mean, this could be it.
So what's your strategy as San Diego on this last possession, where you really only have one throw, and it's going to be a hospital huck?
Yep, it sure. I mean, my strategy is just that. You make it floaty enough where your best receiver is under it, maybe your tallest. Your Dina Ellie Melik back there. But I agree, Neha, you just have to get it in a position to be caught. And then if you're Tempest, you have to be ready for that. So keep your eyes up.
What an interesting position. Okay, so we've got Ellis with the disc. We've got Erickson on the mark, and Jones kind of floating. Oh my God, and who finds Iwamoto in the end zone? Out of nowhere comes Iwamoto. Oh my goodness gracious. That is a San Diego Super Bloom win against all odds. I mean, that is something else.
Wow.
Could you have asked for a better Saturday night?
What a game to behold.
I mean,
Diaz just pulling the two players to the open side and Kelly wide open there in the center of the end zone.
Look at this play. I think San Diego threw a little bit of a red herring play with Iwamoto coming out from the middle of the stack, sort of as a snake in the grass there.
That's exactly what I would call that, Neha.
I mean, what a way to end that game. San Diego 16, Seattle 15.
Just great athletic plays from both teams.
Well, with this clinches San Diego's spot at championship weekend, which is a huge feat for them. We will see them and Colorado in Oakland championship weekend, and the last two teams remain to be seen. I mean, any other final closing thoughts before we sign off, Sydney?
Neha, just that I could not have asked for a better game, and truly, women's ultimate frisbee, the professional league, it's an incredible sight to behold. So I'm glad you were all able to join us for this game.
Yes, I mean, it's just a blessing to be here, and we are so lucky to be in a place where women's ultimate is shared, supported. We're able to watch these live streams for free and able to come to you on YouTube to watch these games and feel this excitement. So wanted to say thank you guys very much to everyone at home for tuning in. Please do support the WUL. Continue to tune into games, show up for your favorite teams, buy their merchandise, and we will see you next weekend. Thank you guys so much. Neha and Sydney signing off. Bye.